Hey guys, welcome back. I got my fall and winter testers, and I know here in South Carolina it is still so hot and we are dead in the middle of the summer in my opinion still, but the fall and winter testers from Scentsy have gotten here, and so I wanted to take time to sit and do a smell through with you guys so that you would kind of know. We got our new catalogs in and they all have scent descriptions, but sometimes things that they say it's going to smell like, it smells nothing like. So I thought we would sit through and go through this. It's really fun to do anyway. Because there are so many scents, like we literally have scents from holiday, spice, bakery, fresh woods, fruity and citrus and floral scents. What I'm going to do is break them down into different videos so that we're not having to sit through, an hour of me smelling scents and all that every, you can watch them in smaller bites. So we will go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the spice category because I'll be completely honest with you. When these testers got here and I was smelling through all of them, I felt like so many of them just smelled like cinnamon. Like I couldn't detect anything outside of just cinnamon. Like there were so many of them that I thought, oh my gosh, this is the same thing. And I'm smelling it over and over again and there's no difference. I took like 2 weeks from the first time I smelled them and just left them alone. And then yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, I was smelling them with my daughter and I was able to detect differences. So I'm going to do the spice first because it is very cinnamon heavy and I feel like my nose is good to go right now. Like I've not been, it's not been overworked. So, saying that, we will get started with the first one is apple and cinnamon sticks. It's a really pretty kind of like burnt orange red color. And this one, Scentsy says it is apple peel, spiced white pumpkin, and a touch of oak. And I get all of that. So that's pretty accurate. You do get hit first with the cinnamon, but like when you smell it deeply, you kind of get that outdoorsy vibe, which is I'm assuming where they're getting the touch of oak. And I don't know about the spiced white pumpkin, but it's definitely not fully apple. But it's a really nice scent. It is really nice. So next we have, where's that? Autumn Hearth. Okay, it's right here. Autumn Hearth. And it is another like burnt orangey red color as well. It's got a little more brown in it. And they say this one, it says, cue up a classic. Apple, cinnamon, and tonka are all about fall. Now, I don't know much about tonka. I think it's probably a similar flavor to vanilla, but I'm not sure about that, so don't quote me on that. But when I smell this, all I get is apple and cinnamon. So I'm not sure if maybe the tonka mellows it out a bit so it's not just, smacking you in the face immediately. But that's what I'm getting out of that. So it's okay. If I had to pick between the first one and the second one, the apple and cinnamon sticks or the autumn hearth, I would definitely go with the apple and cinnamon sticks because it seems like it's got a little bit more depth to it. Okay, thirdly, we have, sorry guys, I know you're looking at the top of my head this whole time. Autumn Sunset. Now, this one is in a really nice, pretty purple color, but in the catalog, it's actually this color, so I'm not sure which color it's going to be. But this one, they say apples, pumpkins, fall leaves, and spices, a top 10 fragrance. And yeah, it's very cinnamon. And I'm going to probably be saying that throughout this whole video, because the cinnamon is really heavy in the spice category. But this one's nice. It's nice. It's not my favorite. I still prefer the apples and cinnamon sticks if I'm going to pick an apple cinnamon fragrance. Because this one just seems, let me see. It seems very similar. Okay. So the apples and cinnamon sticks has more of like a perfumey, so I'm guessing it's more like a fresh apple. And this Autumn Sunset is more like if you cooked apples and cinnamon on your stove, you're gonna get that cooked apple. But I still prefer the apple and cinnamon sticks because they're very similar fragrances. I feel like the Autumn Sunset fragrance is very muted. I don't know that it would be as strong as some of the other ones. So if you like a lighter scent, you would probably like the Autumn Sunset. All right, next we have Christmas Cottage. Where are you at? Right here. Okay, so this is Christmas Cottage. It's a nice pinkish red color. Okay, this one says, a cozy, inviting blend of Valencia oranges, raspberries, cloves, and spices. Okay. You immediately get hit with the cinnamon. I know it says cloves. It's cinnamon. I do get a little bit of clove in there. But I don't know about oranges and raspberries. To me, it's just very spice forward. Obviously, we're in the spice category. But this one, I do get a sweetness, and I'm guessing that's probably the raspberry. I'm not getting orange in this at all, though. And maybe it's there and I'm just missing it, but I get really heavy cinnamon clove with a hint of raspberry, very slight hint. So it's okay. It's probably not going to be one that I use very often. Next we have Cider Mill. This one is really nice. This is orange. A really nice orange kind of color. And this one, they say, brings together fresh apples, crushed pumpkin, and simmering spices for a cozy autumn treat. And I love this. This just smells like home. It's such a nice, you can smell the spice, but the spice is not necessarily like in your face in the foreground. You definitely get the apples and pumpkin in this. And it's just, oh, it's so nice. Like I could see this, September would be the perfect time for this scent right here. Because it's just, you know, the air is crisp outside. You got football coming back, all that good stuff. Yeah, this one's really nice. And I agree with what it says. Apples, pumpkins, and simmering spices. Absolutely. They hit that one nail on the head. So that's Cider Mill. And so far, out of all the ones we've smelled, this is my favorite. All right, next is Cinnamon Bear. And guys, I smelled this one and I have not forgotten it. I don't even need to open it to tell you. I am going to open it and smell it again. But it's Red Hot candies. That's what I get when I smell this, Red Hots. If you've ever had Red Hots or even Big Red Gum, that's this. Yeah, it's like right in your face. It's just that hot cinnamon. And that's really all there is to say about it. I probably won't burn this. I think this will be really good for mixing with some other scents that maybe you think need some spice to them that don't have spice. But this by itself is going to be very strong cinnamon. So if you like Red Hots and you like that, I bet you what would really be good. Let's see. I don't think we've gotten, well, Cider Mill, for example. Cider Mill has some of those spices. If you wanted more spice in that, then you could put these two together, and I would probably do 1 cube of Cider Mill and a half a cube of this. And you would, I mean, it'd probably just be just like apple cider. Just a really, you know, hard punch of that spice in there. All right, next we've got Clove and Cinnamon. And that's just like a brown orangey color. And they say, classic scent of cinnamon sticks fused with cloves. And that's exactly what it is. There's nothing else to this. It's just cinnamon and cloves, and they hit it on the head. If you opened up your spice cabinet and you opened your cinnamon and your cloves, this is what you would get. So it's basic. It's not my favorite. I personally like my home fragrance to have a little bit of depth to it. I like it to be more on the sophisticated side. So this is fine as far as like, you know, for basicness, I guess. But If I was going to use this, I would do the same thing that I would do with the cinnamon bear. I would find something to mix it with that maybe I wanted more of that cinnamon clove vibe from. I will say that this is heavier on the clove than it is on the cinnamon. I definitely get that more than I do the cinnamon. All right. Next. Okay, guys, I love this one. This one is Dancing Sugar Plums. Really pretty deep purple color. And it's really good, guys. Like, okay. And it's a bestseller. They say, rich spiced plum falls right in step with visions of vanilla and sweet cinnamon apple. The plums, guys. It's like the best Christmas smell with a punch of sweet fruitiness. The plums are just amazing in this. And I'm not even a huge plum fan, like in real life. Like, you're not just going to catch me. Like, my husband loves plums. I'm not that girl. The plum in this makes this scent. Because you get that first. Like, you get the heavy plum first, but then you get these lingering spices at the end. It's a really, really good, guys. It's one of my favorites for sure. All right. Now we've got Farm Stand Pumpkin. Nice light orange peachy color. And this one, they say, indulgent notes of fresh apple, cinnamon stick, pumpkin, and caramel. So let's see. Yeah, this smells like Bath and Body Works to me in the fall. Like, if you walk in Bath and Body Works in the middle of the fall, they have something very similar to this burning, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's probably one of their pumpkin candles. So I would definitely say you get the pumpkin and caramel out of this for sure. To me, I don't smell a lot of spice in this. To me, I would, like, if I was the one putting these scents into categories, this would absolutely be in the bakery category, because I definitely get that caramel note. It's very, I'm one of these people that I don't love, like, the breakfast smell. Like, you know, when you cook breakfast or you might have syrup or something and that smell kind of lingers. You get a hint of that in here, but it's not overwhelming, but it mellows the whole scent out. So I personally don't get apples at all in this, but I definitely smell the pumpkin and caramel. And I guess the cinnamon's there very slightly in the background, but I don't think this is a spice scent. I know they put it in the spice category. I disagree, but it's nice. It's nice. Like, if you like the smell of Bath and Body Works in the fall, you would like this. All right, next we have the first day of fall. It's another nice kind of browny orange color. And you'll notice a lot of these in this category. Sorry guys, my cat. A lot of these in this category kind of match color-wise. Get down, get. Sorry, she's climbing on my setup here. Okay, so first day of fall, it says, all the best parts are here. Just picked pumpkin, a breath of autumn woods, ground nutmeg, and a spicy dash of cinnamon. That's really nice. So interestingly, in this one, I pick up a lot of those woods. Like, it says autumn woods. I totally get the outdoorsy vibe from this, but at the same time, it's not like you're not walking through a forest of pine trees. It's just like a hint. Kind of like the leaves. Like, I feel like when I smell this, I can almost feel the crisp air. It's really nice. I like it a lot. And again, the spices are here, but they're not slapping you in the face. It's not just spice. Like, you definitely pick up the pumpkin. You definitely pick up the woods. It's really nice. There's almost a peppery note too. Really, really nice. Yeah, that's a really good one. So that's first day of fall. All right, now we've got Harvest Blessings. Another orange scent. This one says radiant apple, spiced pumpkin, and smooth oak embody everything you love about autumn. So see, like, a lot of these are, they're so similar, which is why I wanted to get this category out of the way, because I feel like when you're smelling these like heavy spice notes, that some of them can tend to run together, but I definitely do have favorites in this category. And Harvest Blessings, I really like. It is, I don't think it's as oaky as like you don't, with Autumn Woods that we just did, you get that, or excuse me, not Autumn Woods, sorry. First Day of Fall that we just did, you really get that wood note. In this, I don't really get that. This is very mellow in that I feel like it's going to be really light. And I definitely get the pumpkin in this. And there's like an element of fall. Like when you smell it, you think, oh, it's fall. But I don't think it hits as hard as some of the other ones. So if you like lighter scents, this is definitely for you. That's Harvest Blessings. All right, next we have Homestead Holiday. And I love this because it's in the spice category, but it's got this great blue color. When a lot of these are just oranges and browns. But Homestead Holiday is blood orange and cinnamon freshened by fir needle. So let's see. Oh man, you guys. Okay. This smells like my grandmother's house. I grew up with my grandmother. And we always had 2 trees, but our house smelled just like this every Christmas season. It's got that, I don't even know, maybe like a Christmas potpourri almost, because yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like a Christmas potpourri like they used back in the day, and they would put it in the bowl and it would just be out or whatever, because you definitely get a hint, and I guess maybe it's the fir needle. You definitely get a hint of like the wood. But yeah, this is nostalgic right here. I will definitely be melting some of this season, Homestead Holiday, because it is just, it's crazy. That's crazy. Like, that's one thing I really love about Scentsy is that scents can take you back. They can re-spark your memories, and I just love when I get a hold of one and it brings back childhood or nostalgic things for some reason. So yeah, that's definitely a good one. You got to smell that one. All right. And as far as like spice on that, actually, you get the spices, but it's like the potpourri spices. And I know that's probably like, some people are probably like, you know, potpourri's like 1990s, 1980s, but dude, it's really good. You gotta smell that one. All right. Next is Maple Apple Bourbon. And this one says juicy red apple and rich maple get in the holiday spirit with a splash of bourbon. Okay. I agree. I'm not a huge fan of this one, to be completely honest with you, because it's got that maple scent, and I just told you guys, like the syrup scent is not something I love. This one's also pretty light, and I don't know if I get a lot of bourbon. I definitely smell the maple though, and cinnamon. Yeah, so it's not my favorite, but you know, it may be somebody's cup of tea. I don't know where, maybe the bourbon comes through more when warming it. I'm not getting a huge hit of bourbon when I smell that. All right, next up we have Pumpkin Chai. It's another lighter orange brownish color. They say, fill your cup with white pumpkin, a swirl of cinnamon, and a dash of chai. Now this one I kind of like. It's lighter. I detect like a bakery note, which I don't know, because there's no bakery in this. But you definitely get the chai and the cinnamon and the pumpkin. So I'd say they were pretty accurate on that description. Is it my favorite? No. But I'm picky, so we'll see. Next we have Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. All right, and this one they say, fresh pumpkin garnished with cinnamon stick and a dollop of whipped icing. Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good one. So you get all of those. That's a really accurate description, and the icing shines. So if you like buttercream icing and those kind of smells, you will probably really like this because it's like the frosting mixed with fall. Yeah, it's really, really good. So that is Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. All right, next we have Welcome Home. Welcome Home is warm and welcoming with cinnamon and spices. And yeah, it's cinnamon and spices. That's exactly what it is. There's nothing really fruity about this. I would say this is like, cloves, nutmeg, cinnamon, all of that. It's Welcome Home. And it's really pretty purple color, purplish red. And then this one I saved for last because I think this one is so different. This one is called Spiced Ember Glow. So now this one is smoked apple and toasted vanilla over cinnamon embers, offers a warm and inviting escape. This, to me, I smell the spice in this, but to me this is very woodsy. This is peppery, woodsy, and spicy. All of those things combined. Peppery, woodsy, spicy. I definitely get the pepper first and foremost. But it's nice and it's different. I'm not sure I've ever smelled a smoked apple. But this, to me, this is like a mixture of fall time and the burning brush fires in people's yards, mixed with like almost a cologne. So it's nice. It's different. I can't wait to burn it and see how it burns to see if it's any different. All right. So that's all we've got for the spice category. If I had to pick a favorite out of this one, oh, that's hard. If I had to pick a favorite, it's probably Dancing Sugar Plums because, dude, it's so good. It's like fall and Christmas and plums all put together. That one is a really good one. The Homestead Holiday, because it's nostalgic to me. I'm sure it's not everybody's cup of tea, but to me, this is the perfect scent for around Christmas time. And then if I had to pick like just your basic, the one I think is like the basic best fall scent, then I would probably say, probably Cider Mill for me. To me, when you smell that, it's fall. Because when I think of fall, I think of apple cider. So anyways, guys, I hope that this is kind of that category it's really hard for me to say anything other than spice this and spice that, cinnamon this, cinnamon that, pumpkin, apple. They're all very similar fragrance notes, but they're all slightly different from each other. And honestly, it's really hard to differentiate sometimes, especially when your nose is like full of cinnamon. But there are enough in here that stand out. And I do think, I think it's Farm Stand Pumpkin that has that Bath and Body Works vibe. Yeah, it definitely is. So those are the ones that I think stand out from these. But if you've smelled any of these, let me know, because maybe, sometimes when we warm fragrances, they smell completely differently. And I would like to know that, because there have been fragrances that I hated when I smelled them cold, and then when I smell them warm, I'm like, oh, this is the best thing ever. So anyways, guys, that's all I've got for the spice category, and I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.